Good morning. If you will please rise, we will do the presentation of the colors. We would like to welcome Samantha Eli forward to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched are so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? I always shake on that last part. I always shake on that last part.
Thank you, very well done. Thank you, Samantha. And now we would like to have the invocation by Herb Swartz, Director.
We could bow our heads. Father God, we thank you for this wonderful country. We ask that you extend your arms and watch over and protect the men and women, the veterans, and those currently serving in the military as they strive to protect those rights and the safety for us, for theirs and our families and our friends around the world. We ask that you watch over all those gathered here this weekend, that you guide our work and thoughts as we enjoy fellowship and friendship, as we are coming together over this sport of bowling. Keep those that have gone on before us in our memories and in your love always. Most of all, we ask you, Father, to watch over the children, the youth, our future of this sport, that they will be able to enjoy in the coming years the sport that has been a big part of many of our adult lives. We thank you for the owners and proprietors of the centers for not just making it their job, but making it their lifelong love and providing us a place to play, compete, and celebrate our success, and yes, sometimes our failures, gracefully. Please watch over us here. Keep us and our families and friends safe as we travel on this weekend to and from the events and our homes. Again, Father, thank you for all you have given us. Amen.
Thanks, Herb. We will now do the memorial service. You can be seated.
Hall of Fame members. Larry George, Scenic Rivers, USBC. Charles Chuck Lemlin, Scenic Rivers, USBC. Frank Marangi, Greater Kansas City, Missouri, USBC. From the Cape Girardeau, USBC. Ronald McCulley. From the Carthage, USBC. Jess Gorley. From the Columbia, USBC. S.T. Bradford. Veronica Brown. Ruth Crane. Wilmoth Walcott. Lindsay Jo White. From the Four Rivers, USBC. Ron Eggenberg. James Sport Juliet. James Dewey Lands. Diana Wheeler. Sonny Wilson. From the Fulton, USBC. Daniel Acosta. Dave Reinhardt. Jim Ringland. From the Greater Kansas City, Missouri, USBC. Dolores Blair. Jesse Kennedy. Albert Caldwell. Greg Collins. D. Davidson. Gerald Farrell. Etta Fowler. Dorothy Freeman. Fred Guntel. Gary Hoyer. Floyd Jackson. Ruth Lear. Derek DJ Libby. Elva McHenry. Amy Moore. Albert Jean O'Connor. Gregory Pepper. Lois Reeder. Jean Scahoria. Alfred Treese Jr. Gustav Verle. Ronald Ware. Barbara Wilson. Harry Wright. Bernadine Bernie Zykes. From the Greater Springfield, Missouri, USBC. Joanne Allman. Bill Bossing. Jim Chandler. C. Paul Faulkner. Helen Hart. Bobby McGuire, Sean Swanson. From the Lebanon USBC, Larry Corndoria. From the Missouri Capital Area USBC, Carol Borgwart, Catherine Broomer, Mabel Cliff, Christopher Gill, Kenny Gill, Jim Killian, Paul Artie Lubering, James Masson, James Ringland, Paul Schneiders, Bob Seifert, Derek Shrimp, Richard Smallwood, Obra Smith. From the Ozark Lakes Region USBC, Rosemary Beef, Sharon Doyle, Jerry Kerber. From the Scenic Rivers USBC, Chloe Richards, Mary Schnell, Cletus Wisdom. From the St. Charles County USBC, James Jim Basanti, Bernice Meyer, Donna Rockwell. From the St. Louis USBC, Richard Bilderback, Michael Fairley, Dennis Hallback, John Hart, John Heisler, Brenda Lauren, Edgar Lynch, Jean Mullendike, Stephen Novak, Bernie Randall, Robert Richardson, Donald Rose, Weldon Stone, Joyce Byzantine.
All right, at this time, I would like to introduce our board. And in case you don't know, I am Kim Wade, president of the Missouri State USBC. At this time, I would like to introduce our board, starting on the bottom, your left. We have Marcella Ballou, Greater Springfield USBC. Sam Morgan, St. Charles County. Barb Kennan, Mineral Area. Howard Rice, Columbia. Carla Cleathormus, Greater Kansas City. Don Ripitou, Columbia. Carol Leiker, Lebanon. Nancy Mills, Greater Springfield. Chuck Schlichler, Cape Girardeau. Kathy Smith, Fulton. Herb Swartz, Northeast Missouri. Lori Gage, St. Joseph. Patty Sullins, Scenic Rivers. Bob Fields, Greater Kansas City. On the top, on your left, Ken Chaffin, Greater Kansas City. Dot McKenzie, Columbia. Tom Dawson, St. Louis. Deanne McGonnell, Ozark Lake Regions. Second Vice President Dennis Hacker is at the table. Association Manager Connie Bakhorn, Ava. They can't see you. First Vice President Frank Barnhart, St. Louis. Glenda Fry, Mo Capital Area USBC. Eddie Gilbert, Moberly USBC. Kathy Snodgrass, Mo Capital Area USBC. Rick Gooden, St. Charles County USBC. Also at this time, we would like to introduce David Prang from USBC headquarters. David, would you like to say a few words? Did he say you bet?
She asked me last night, they said, do you want to say a few words? I said, oh, you guys don't know me very well, apparently. I've never met a microphone I didn't like. So anyway, hey, welcome. How's everybody doing today? Good, nice. Everybody had their coffee, ready to go for some fun and stuff? I am for sure. So just so you guys know, I am the USBC Western Regional Manager. Missouri is not my region, but of course, as you guys know, Mr. Zeba Hazy retired. God forbid. Yeah, I know. It's the way we feel, too. I talked to Jim on Thursday. He gave me significant numbers of warnings about you folks, so I know all about you. But he's really happy. His biggest comment, I said, how's everything going in retirement? He says, he said, it's nice not to have to wear long pants. So anyway, all is good. You know what? We're here today to, of course, this portion of the meeting, we're gonna do the business portion. That's why we're here. We're here to conduct business for the association. But also, we're going to have some celebrations. We're going to learn some things. We're going to celebrate tonight at a banquet. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have some more stuff. I'm going to do a presentation. I hope you all attend. I promise you, you'll be entertained, and you might even learn something. So, I'm going to put the pressure on you now. But, we're here to celebrate bowling. We're here to celebrate our successes. And for those of you, remember last year we had a theme that we carried through that was Together We Can, right? Do we remember that? And that's important. So I'll just end this and see if we can do it right on the first try. Are we ready? Together? We can. That works. Thanks very much. Oh, nice. Do you want to tell them what you just said?
No. Oh, boy. I forgot to announce that on our board we do have 3 people absent. We have Tom Bromley from Mineral Area, Joe Roman from St. Louis, and Joe Stevens is not here because this weekend she is at her 60th class reunion. Yes. Before we get into the rest of the meeting, I would ask that you please turn your cell phones off or silence them, because if we hear a cell phone, Connie's going to run down there, grab a hold of you, and make you give $5 to the BVL.
Woohoo! If you want me to grab hold of you, you can still give me $5, and I'll give it to you.
There you go. You heard it. To present our Missouri State USBC Local Association Awards, we would like to please welcome Director Barb Kennan from the Mineral Area USBC.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great time. We had a lot of things that came in for the awards this year, and I'm very privileged to say that we have picked 3 of the outstanding youth in our area. For the first presentation, I would like for Marcella Ballou to be assisted with Nancy Mills to please come up to the podium.
Good morning. Are we all awake? Me neither. This presentation is a special presentation for me, since I have watched this young man grow each year of his career. He is only 12 years old and has accomplished what most of us have only dreamed about. He is definitely our future of bowling. He carries a 4.0 GPA, but still finds time to earn many bowling accomplishments. To quote his brother, who is his mentor, he is beyond his years in bowling and also in the game of life. Can't is not a word in his vocabulary. He started bowling right after his 4th birthday, and no, he did not bumper bowl. His first league average was finished with a 95. Here are some facts about his bowling so far. His current average is a 221. He's had games of a 259, 300, 235 for a 794 series. Games of a 256, 300, 269 for an 825 series. These are just a few because there are many, many more, numerous to mention. He has had a very elaborate tournament schedule. He was the Coca-Cola Scholarship Tournament first place team, the Missouri Pepsi Tournament first place team, the Jim Beal Junior Collegiate Regionals first place doubles, second place team, and 10th place in the scholarship. Junior Gold Nationals, 3rd in the team. Youth Open, first singles, 4th in all events, 8th in doubles, 8th in the team. Gateway Individual Scholarship, first place. He has also had numerous 700s and 250 games. There is no way to go over all the accomplishments, and there has been many letters received from his teachers about what a fine, dedicated student he is and how he always wants to help others. His accomplishments are always ready for anyone to see. Please welcome Spencer Patrick Robards, our Missouri State USBC Local Association Youth Bowler of the Year.
Okay, Spencer, it says Spencer Robart, Local Association Youth Bowl of the Year, presented by the Missouri State USBC Association, May 30th, 2015. Do you want to say a few words?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you much.
You're welcome.
How's everyone doing this morning? Good. First off, I just want to say, Connie, this outfit is for you.
He looks awesome.
Thank you. I know most of you in this room, and to those of you that I know, you know that I love to bowl. I love practicing, leagues, and tournaments. First off, I'd like to thank the Missouri State USBC for selecting me for this awesome honor. Thank you to the entire Board of Directors and Youth Directors who take their time to make the sport of bowling better in Missouri. Your time and dedication are greatly appreciated. Second, I would like to thank my big brother, Blake, for nominating me for this awesome honor. I remember sitting in the audience back in 2007 when he was Youth Bowler of the Year and how I wanted that to be me someday. And dreams do come true. Here I am today. Blake has known my game since the beginning. I feel so fortunate to have a PBA player as my brother and mentor. He shows me on a daily basis what hard work and dedication can get you. I have watched him, and I see that hard work can get you whatever you want. I want to thank Blake for the countless hours of practice and spare shooting on 7 and 10 pins. Your coaching and expertise in sport pattern bowling have really taken my game to the next level. Thank you for taking 10 days out of your life last July to coach me to a third-place finish at Junior Gold Nationals. I know with you on my side this year, it will be even better. I would also like to thank my parents and my grandma for what they have and still do for me. Obviously, I cannot drive, so it's nice to have my mom as the taxi driver. I have tried to bowl more tournaments this year because I feel that is the only way to get better and to improve my physical and mental games. It has been a lot of traveling, and I know my mom is exhausted when we get back home on Sundays, but she still does it because she knows how much I love to do it. She knows what I want to accomplish with bowling. Thank you, Grandma, for all the money you have selflessly contributed and still contribute to the cause. Couldn't do it without you. Lastly, I would like to dedicate this award to my late grandfather. We lost him 3 years ago to cancer. He was one of my biggest fans. I miss him every day, and I know he is with me on and off the lanes. I miss you, Grandpa, I miss you and I love you. I know you are so proud of me. This one is for you. Thank you, everyone.
And after you heard them read all the scores, now you know why I don't bowl him anymore.
Well, what an honor I have today in presenting the Male Adult Bowler of the Year. I have watched this bowler since he was a junior bowler and have watched him grow into the fine young man that he is today. There are a lot of great accomplishments and too numerous to mention, so I'm going to give you just some highlights that makes him qualified for this award. Currently, his average is 227. He has 19 sanctioned 300s, 5 sanctioned 800s, many high 700s, 299, 279, 258, 836 series, 259, 288, 300, 847 series, 275, 278, 247, 800 series. And just this week, on May the 28th, he had an 857 series in the Junior Adult League at Park Lanes. Just a few series in a big, long list. 2012-2013, member of the Great Plains USBC All-Star Team. This was the top 5 female and male bowlers who bowled the most honor scores during the season. As a youth bowler, he received the 2008 Youth Bowler of the Year, Don Roman Scholarship. 2009, he received the Carolyn Gilbert Scholarship for Higher Learning. He was a member of the Wichita State Collegiate Team and was on the developmental team for 2010, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14. He's now a PBA member and was named Rookie of the Year in 2014 for the Midwest. Currently, he's on the advisory staff of Hammer. He helps coach youth and adult bowlers. He sees the youth bowlers as the future of our sport. He also served on the Greater Springfield, Missouri USBC Board as a youth director, and now he's on the Greater Springfield, Missouri USBC Board as an adult director. There's too many accolades to mention. But if anybody wants to check, I'll be glad to share the paperwork I have because they're awesome. Please welcome Blake DeMoore, Springfield, Missouri, our Missouri State USBC Adult Male Bowler of the Year 2015.
He looks awesome, too.
Blake DeMoore, Local Association Adult Bowler of the Year. Congratulations, Blake. Would you like to say a few words?
Sure.
Okay. Mhm.
Good morning, everyone. First off, there's only one person I'd wear purple pants for, and for this lady right here. Thank you for all that you did. And where do I begin? I feel very honored to be here today. I would like to thank the Missouri State USBC Board for selecting me as the Local Association Adult Bowler of the Year. I would also like to thank my brother Spencer for nominating me. This award really means so much to me. Some of you may know I lost my grandfather 3 years ago to cancer. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about him. He loved to watch me bowl, and he always supported me and told me that I could accomplish anything that I set my mind to. I miss him so much, but I know he is with me on and off the links. I know he is proud of me. After graduating from last spring from Wichita State, I made the decision to join the PBA Tour. I quickly found out that being on tour can be exhausting, but at the same time, it is incredible. So far, I have met so many wonderful people, and learning has taken on a whole new meaning. My plan right now is to keep bowling on tour and maybe hit some of the overseas events. I was fortunate enough to win one regional title and PBA Rookie of the Year for the Midwest region in only 5 events that I bowled. I also feel fortunate to be on staff with Hammer Bowling and Vice Inserts, and want to thank Steve Sabina, my district sales manager, Rob Gottschall from Ebonite International, and Cecil Scarborough from Vice Inserts. I would also like to thank my parents and my grandma. My grandma was the one that got me into bowling all those years ago, and I am so grateful for her for that. To my mom, thank you for listening and always supporting me. Thank you for always believing in me when I didn't believe in myself and not letting me give up. I would also like to thank my little brother for practicing with me and showing me what the future of this sport holds. You are just getting started, and I can't wait to see you rewrite the history books as Rich Weber said you would. Thank yous also go out to Tony Yarborough for taking me under his wing when I moved up to adults. To Ben Casey for all the coaching help that I needed when something in my physical game wasn't quite right. I would not be here, not be where I am today without all of your help. I will make the Missouri State USBC Board proud, and I promise to live up to your expectations of what Bowler of the Year should be. I love to bowl. Simple as that. I love everything about the game. Thank you for choosing me for this amazing award.
And for our last award, our presenters are going to be Glenda Fry and Tom Dawson.
Good morning. This award is for the local volunteer of the year. Now, let me make a comment. Barb did say we had quite a few applications. Did you see any female bowlers of the year? We didn't have anybody apply. We got qualified women as adult women bowlers of the year, and we have many qualified young ladies at bowlers of the year. I'm looking at two that come to mind right now. So get off your rear ends and apply for this. I mean, there's no scholarship with this, but it's recognition. It's peer recognition and your adult people recognizing. So let's have more people get recognized next year. So I'm doing the, I don't think it's male and female on the volunteer. That's just volunteer. And this is based strictly on activities as a volunteer, giving back to the sport. Has nothing to do with their bowling accomplishments. And so even though that's the case, this young man does have a couple 300 games. He's working on that first 800. It'll come. Some of the things he's done include he's a member of the Missouri State Youth Committee with me. He's a member of the St. Louis Youth Committee, also with me. I'm chairman of both of those. He's a director on St. Louis USBC and has worked on various committees. He works every local tournament that we ask him to. He does everything from check-ins, keeping scores, Deadwood, everything that you got to call the desk. He runs numbers for the brackets. He's even sold merchandise. That's not his favorite thing to do, but he'll do whatever we need. Dale Bone from St. Louis wrote a short note. The one paragraph he said, I am personally appreciative of all the help he gives during our lane certifications. He's quickly learned the various measurements he has to take and knows exactly what has to be done and checked. Last year, he worked on 9 bowling centers with us. Can you imagine spending 15 hours on Memorial Day weekend in a bowling alley and never roll a ball? This young man has spent the last 3 Memorial weekends being an assistant to the St. Louis Senior Olympics bowling event. And he just finished last week, and he also volunteered over there. Last year, he also worked at the showcase doing check-in. He assisted us with the high school showdown. He's also won numerous scholarships. He's won 2 years. You can't apply for scholarships till you're a freshman. He's a junior this year, so he's won 2 years, 2 different ones in St. Louis. He won the Don Roman as a freshman. He's winning the inaugural Marvin Townsend Award tomorrow. Most important, last year he won the National Youth Ambassador, and they flew him and his family to Reno to be recognized on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Hochecker IV, Ricky Hochecker to us.
We're proud to present Richard Hochecker IV, the Local Association Youth Volunteer of the Year, presented by the Missouri State USBC Association, May 30th, 2015. Congratulations.
I would like to just take a second to thank the wonderful Missouri State USBC Board of Directors for everything that you guys do to make sure that the sport of bowling gets as far as it should. As well as I would like to thank my fellow directors of the St. Louis USBC Board for always allowing me to take my love of the game off the lanes and show everybody how bowling should be. It's a wonderful experience to be able to see the smiles on everybody's faces whenever you work the tournaments and it all goes smoothly and all they have to do is worry about bowling their game and walk away knowing that everything was handled in the way it should be. It's amazing to be able to just put a smile on somebody's face and show that bowling isn't just between you, the lanes, and the pins. It's also about giving back to the sport and making sure that it grows. It's also wonderful being able to be a coach and get out on the lanes and see the younger kids who are just starting out, may not be able to average real high, but they just love getting to throw the ball, hit some pins, and have fun with their friends. Maybe give them a few tips here and there and help your friends grow their love of the sport as well as you do. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, Connie will recognize our local association managers. Not an option?
No, honey,
Okay.
not an option. I said, where do you want to go? Where do you want to stand? She said, I want to go home. No, that was not an option that I gave her. Okay, you've all heard me say this time and time again. Our association managers are valuable assets to our associations. What a job they do. It's a thankless job most of the time. So we're giving them just a little token of our appreciation for what they do for you, the bowlers. I'm going to read these off, and if you'll come up, and Kim's got something for you, and you're going to love it. It's purple. Okay, Cape Girardeau, Donna Schreiner. Yeah, we should get a picture. Craig, can you get a picture of all of them when we get them up there? That'd be great. Very good. Carthage, USBC, Carl Hawk, Jr. Columbia, USBC, Don Ripitu. Four Rivers, USBC, Sharon Brandhorst. Fulton, USBC, Kathy Smith. Greater Springfield, USBC, Stephanie Aldridge. Jeffco, USBC, Jim Jenkins. Laurie Area, WBA, Barbara Gallet. Lebanon, USBC, Thomasine Rector, a.k.a. Tommy. Oh, Tommy didn't make it. Maryville USBC, Jenny Baumley. Mineral Area USBC, Charlotte Lewis. Ozark Mountains USBC, GW Homes, and what did we learn that GW stood for? God willing. Piedmont USBC, Nancy Roberts. St. Charles County USBC, Carol Stopke. St. Louis USBC, Dale Bone. Okay, Craig, can you get them in there? Well, all right, there's one more, but I was going to do her up here later. Kim Wade, Missouri Capital Area. Get in the picture. Y'all work with your association managers. Don't give them grief, please. They're doing a great job. We love them dearly. All right. Yes, and we have a workshop for association managers this afternoon. Good. Thanks, Dale.
I should have highlighted.
Oh, yeah.
Would have made my life easier. All right, at this time, we will call the business session of our meeting to order.
Let's do this.
Okay. How about we're going to do this in the order Connie wants to do it? I knew I was going to lose. We're going to do the presentation of the Host Association Awards. Highlight her.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't how I wanted it. It was how Dennis set this up.
Well, let's blame Dennis.
Oh, let's
He's
blame
not
Dennis.
here to defend
He's
himself.
Okay, sounds good. We ran some awesome tournaments this year. I want to see a show of hands. How many bowled in any of our state events? Everybody in this room should have their hand up. Pretty good. Yes. Thank you. First award we'd like to present, Appreciation Award, is for the Scenic Rivers USBC for the Pepsi, accepting Everett Briggs and Patty Sullins, directors on their board. The plaque reads, "Thank you and appreciation for a job well done in hosting the 9th Annual Missouri State USBC Pepsi Youth Championship, April 18th, 2015 to May 3rd, 2015, presented to Scenic Rivers USBC Association." Thank you, guys. Here's a Any other Scenic Rivers board members here? If you'd like to stand up, who else helped with that tournament?
I got a whole row there. Come on.
Why aren't they standing?
I will announce your names if you don't stand.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scenic Rivers, thank you. Yeah, a whole row. Great. Okay, our Youth Championship Tournament was hosted by Missouri Capital Area USBC, accepting President Kathy Snodgrass and Association Manager Kim Wade. Put your other hat on now. Thank you and appreciation for a job well done in hosting the 9th Annual Missouri State USBC Youth Championship Tournament, April 11th, 2015 to May the 17th. Presented to Missouri Capital, oh, I thought they had it wrong, Missouri Capital Area USBC Association. It's not wrong. And Missouri Capital Area, where are you? Stand up.
Stand up.
Yes. Thank you. Women's Championship. St. Louis USBC, accepting President Frank Barnhart and Association Manager Dale Bone. You know what it says. Thank you and appreciation for a job well done in hosting the 9th Annual Missouri State USBC Women's Championship Tournament, March 14th, 2015 through April the 19th, presented to the St. Louis USBC Association. I had the honor of working with this group. St. Louis, would you all stand up too?
We'll put you in between them.
Thank you all very much. Okay. Thank you all. Open Championship Tournament. Cape Girardeau USBC, accepting President Rich Gross and Association Manager Donna Schreiner. Hand that to them. What does it say, you guys? Thank you. In appreciation, you should know it by heart now. Thank you and appreciation for a job well done in hosting the 9th Annual Missouri State USBC Open Championship Tournament, March 21st, 2015 through April the 26th, presented to Cape Girardeau USBC Association. Cape Girardeau, where's your association? Everybody that worked? Yes, thank you. Did you want to say something, Tournament Director, about your time with them?
I said it.
Oh,
You just didn't hear me?
No, I didn't hear
I got the luxury of working with those nice Cape Girardeau people. Nice people, good job. We had a good time, actually.
you were supposed to be working.
We were working. It was okay to have a good time and work. That's allowed. All right, how about now we're going to call the business part of this meeting to order?
If that's what Dennis says.
Well, Kim is having a little issue with this. Okay, our roll call, our previous introductions from this morning will serve as our roll call. At this time, we would like to call Bev Blackwell, Chairman of the Credentials Committee from Columbia, Missouri, to give the credentials report. It's by Dale. Dale, is there a microphone by you?
Right down here, Bev. Microphone.
Doesn't work. Come up here. Bev, just come up here. I knew you wanted to be up here. I can tell.
The count for the delegates to vote today, we had 26 Board of Directors present. Local Association adult delegates, 110. Local Association youth delegates, 27. We subtracted 4 for those adult and youth dual delegates, so there were a less of 4 of those. So we have total eligible to vote 149.
Thank you, Bev, and to the Credentials Committee. It would be 159. Because we didn't get any cake. Everybody get the clarification on that? It should be 159 on the total eligible to vote. Annual meeting rules, Frank?
The annual meeting rules in your packet on the yellow sheet. I do want to remind that members who are not delegates are entitled to speak but do not have a vote. So when there's a voice vote, if you're not a delegate, please refrain from the temptation to say aye or nay. All elections are by majority vote. The election of the at-large directors and the election of the youth directors will be on all names on one ballot, but it is majority required for election. If there's any questions, please speak up.
Dot McKenzie, Columbia, action on the minutes.
Good morning. The committee has reviewed the minutes of the May 31st, 2014 annual meeting and found them to be corrected as printed. We recommend that they be accepted.
Thank you. Next, we have the report of the presidents, the report of the officers, and mine is first. The report of the presidents. No, I'm on blue paper. I have a favorite color. My favorite color is red. Try and read a report off of red paper. Doesn't work, but it's okay. I'm not quite as obsessive about my favorite color as some people I know. Obsessive. I am not going to read my report. Number one, I can't read. And number two, I would be a little boring. I will give you a few highlights. Yes, I am a newbie. Yes, am I nervous? Yes, I am nervous. Believe it or not. When David Pring said he loves microphones, I can tell you the first time they ever told me I had to talk on a microphone, I honestly thought I was going to faint. Didn't happen. I'm still here. I will touch on a few of the highlights. As you know, the big news is I was elected one day, and the next day Connie told me she would retire. Wow, wow, wow. Wasn't the exact words, but we do have youth in this room. Surprised. Yes. Yeah. Anyhow, would I have pulled my name off the ballot the day before? No, probably not. Would I have thought about it? Yes. But it's okay. We've made it through. It's a whole new learning experience for me. Yeah, there were a lot of things I thought I knew that I didn't know, and I thought I knew everything. Pretty well know I knew everything, but that's okay. Highlights for this weekend are, of course, our Hall of Fame presentations tonight. We have 5 wonderful people going in tonight. Part of them I know personally. Part of them I looked up, and you look at those applications and you think, wow, no, not going to happen. I don't bowl those scores. But what an honor for some of these people. What an honor to get to induct these people with their honor scores they've had and their contributions to bowling and everything. That, and then our scholarship winners. Wow, wow, wow. If only when I was that young I could have bowled that well. Even if when I was that old I could bowl that well. At any point in my life, if I could have had some of these scores. And it's not only they don't bowl, they're smart. They do all this community work. They do their homework. They they do it all. That's pretty good. When I was that age, I'm not sure if that's probably where my priorities might have been, but they are, and they have it lined out. And of course, tonight we have our 2 new scholarships that are kind of a new honor that the first year here we get to have those. So, like I said, I touched my highlights. Yeah, there's stuff I said that's not on here, so it's okay. But in the 2014 National Convention was, as David said, together. And I believe in the Show Me State, we have and we will celebrate your success. Guess what color Connie's is on?
Oh, that was my report. Gosh. Okay. I don't have to give my report. Oh, I'm repeating as I'm saying this. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. It's my last report, but it's not the last time you guys are going to see me. Okay? First of all, I want you all to know how good you look in the purple lanyards. How about those purple totes? How about your purple ribbons? I just want you all to think about me when you're carrying your tote or when you see your ribbons. Just think about me. Any first-time delegates here to our showcase? Very good. Look at that. Oh, good. Thank you. So now you all already know that my report is on. Okay, so you can find it. I'm going to touch on a few things too. I'm not going to read it to you. The entry forms, however, for the association managers to pick up for your associations are over on this table right there. Over there. If there is not a president or association manager here from your association, please, board member, whatever, please go over and pick it up. They have mailed, the printer has mailed the biggest packets to St. Louis, to Kansas City, to St. Charles, to St. Joe, and to Greater Springfield. So you don't have a packet over there. You're going to get yours in the mail. I mentioned something about the senior winners. In your packet, in your tote, pretty purple tote, you have a bright yellow paper that has our senior winners. We send 12 every year to the national tournament, and we're so proud to do that. This year, I want to tell you about one of them. Just a little note. Number 1 at the very top, super senior, 75 and over, senior open, Rich Peters. In 1989, Rich went to Wichita, Kansas. Woohoo, Blake. He was then a baby senior. He was in the division 55 to 59. It was ABC then. He rolled the first ever 700 in tournament history. He had a 7 31, he won his division and brought home that title to Missouri. So then the years went by. He had some health things, probably, some of us have, or people do, on their shoulders. In 2002, he qualified again at our senior open. Now, you all know, I've seen a lot of you come to our senior open, our senior women's. He qualified again. And that year, he went to Milwaukee. He represented us in the 70 and up, and he won 9th place. Last year, he qualified again. He went to Reno in the super senior division, and he placed 9th. So I'm thinking if he had a first, a ninth, what's the next thing? Another first. So I'm hoping for another first there from Rich. So if you know any of those folks on the list, they've got their associations listed, you tell them good luck. We especially want to wish he's over there, right? Yes, you're over there. Our second vice president, Dennis Hacker, is on the list. Good luck, Dennis, in Green Bay in August. So now you see my other purple passion is playing golf. You see my golf cart up there. This is the one I have at home that has the bed on the back, so when we do yard work, which for me is not very often, we've got that. I have an even prettier purple golf cart at the golf course at the country club, and it's metallic purple, and it just sparkles. Man, I don't play good, but boy, I look good when I go down the fairway. That's all that matters, doesn't it? So, yes, I'm a little sad today. It's been an awesome journey as your association manager. I've loved every minute. I wrote down in there that it's not been a job. No way, shape, or form would I ever call this a job, because I've had the best time. I'm proud of our association. I'm proud of us. We've grown. After the merger, we've done so much for our bowlers. I really don't think any other state can say how good they've done for their bowlers. Like I said, this is not goodbye. You're going to see me again. I'm excited to get to spend time with my husband now. He's been retired for 20 years. He's a little older than me, not much. And so it's my time, and we're going to do stuff together, and I'm looking forward to that. I want to thank everybody for your love and support. Missouri bowlers are awesome. Thank you very much.
Do this. Blow up. Blow up. You do the act for the board of directors. Stand up next to Kim. Nobody told me there was so many photo shoots.
No, Matt Craig, our official photographer.
Yes. Or papers and all. Okay. In your folders are the acts of the board of directors. I am not going to read those. At the bottom, you will notice one of our acts this year has been to hire a new association manager. It has not been announced. The individual that was hired has not left his full-time job. He's been training with Connie and Ava, but he has not left his full-time job. He is working today. He will be here this evening, and he will be here tomorrow morning. We will introduce him tomorrow. As you can see in the board of the directors, his name is Sean Flannery, and he is from Holt Summit, Missouri, which is right outside of Jefferson City. The office will move there the end of July, the first part of August, and it will be a new experience for all of us, not having the purple lady around. Now, we're going to take a 10-minute break so that we can get this straight. We're going to take a 10-minute break. 10-minute break, because that will turn into 15. 10-minute break so that when we move into the elections that everybody will not have to be leaving in and out of the room because the Sergeant of Arms are not going to let you out. So 10-minute break. That means 10:25, please. All right, we're going to reconvene, please. If I can get you the Sergeant of Arms to shut the door. Man, you can tell where I work. The doorkeepers. I work at the Capitol. Yeah. Ooh. Kathy, would you like to come up and give the finance and budget report, please?
Good morning. Your finances are on your white sheets. How come I don't get to pick a color? No, I just thought of that. I never get to pick what color.
You like purple, too.
Oh, that's true. I'm in trouble. Well, I can have purple next year.
There you go.
Has everybody had a chance to kind of look over their financials? As you can see, our budget this year we were going to be negative almost $20,000. We did come in at a negative $16,554. That's projected year end. So we did come in a little under budget. But our expenses keep going up just like everybody else's does, and our revenues keep going down. So eventually there's going to be a bigger problem. Do I have any questions on the financials? No, I have no questions.
All right, and now we would like to ask Sandy Ashlock from Columbia, Missouri, Chairman of the Nominating Committee, to come forward, please. Oh, yeah, no, we just got another surprise cake thrown in over here. Sandy doesn't know. You got it.
Okay. First, I would like to recognize the 2015 Missouri State USBC Nominating Committee. Please stand when I call your names. Angie Grissom from the Cape Girardeau USBC. Darlene Elston from St. Louis USBC. Carla Keller-Rook from the Missouri Capital Area USBC. Daryl Geyer from the Greater Kansas City USBC. Margaret Belosi from the Scenic Rivers USBC is not able to attend today. And of course, I'm Sandy Ashlock from Columbia, Missouri. Okay. The nominating committee's report was included in your packet that was sent out. Okay. For the first vice president of the Missouri State USBC, we have two. It's Frank Barnhart from the St. Louis USBC. Okay, please stand if you would, Frank. She's on this side, okay. Bob Fields from the Pleasant Hill, Missouri, and the Greater Kansas City USBC. Okay.
Are there any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. Tellers, can you pass the ballots out, please? Look at that. I did my homework. Should I tell them some ballots to be yellow and some to be white? No. Oh, yeah. But you have it. we thought of that? In case you notice that the board's ballots are yellow and your ballots are white, before Connie, being as efficient as she is, had these ballots way printed far in advance, and then National changed it that everybody voted on everything. And she said, what should we do with the ballots? I said, give the board the yellow ballots and give everybody else the white ballots. That's my idea.
That was a good idea.
And so that's why we are going to be yellow and we're going to be white, but they're all the same. You know, this is always the time you have the downtime while the tellers, the ballots are counted. We have two things we're going to discuss while they're out there, because most of them are going to know. On June 13th, we have Missouri State USBC Day at the Busch Stadium. It's the Cardinals and the Royals. We had 200 tickets to start with. We have 4 left. I had 8, and I've sold 4 of them today. I've had somebody back there, she's either giving me the peace sign or she wants 2 of them. So I probably have 2. My problem is right now these tickets are probably mostly going to be single tickets. I can get you pretty close. I can probably move friends and family around a little bit. But that is going on that day. And then for the other filler here, he's doing that during other business. Frank, do you want to speak about what we talked about and just get a show of hands for?
Okay.
You already forgot?
I was expecting you to talk about Ruby.
Well, that's Bobby, and he's going to do that in other business.
All right.
Or we can let Bobby do it in a little bit.
Okay. All right. Okay, we got a couple of things. When we get to youth director, which is a few ballots away from where we're at right now, we have a limit of 2 from any area, or is it 2 from any association? I forget which association. There is 1 from St. Louis that's in the middle of a term, so there can only be 1 additional from St. Louis elected today. There are 2 that have been nominated. Tom Dawson and Ron Mitchell are on your list of nominees for youth director. Only 1 of them can be elected, so consequently, if you choose to vote for either of them, you can only vote for 1. So you can only vote for 2 total, 2 or less. But if you mark both Ron and Tom on your ballot will be invalid. So you'll have to choose between them if you wish to vote for one of them. What was there? Oh, yes. See, I'm getting old. It's been brought up there's a choice allowed in the bylaws. They're stipulated by National for this association. And we're thinking if this group wants it, it would most likely, it could be applied to everything. Oh, that would be a little strange. For the at-large directors, that group that gets elected, voted on each year for at-large, and then also for youth directors. There's a choice of majority or plurality. Currently, we're majority. It can be switched to plurality, but the delegates have to switch it to plurality if that's what they want. The board, right? The board cannot do that by putting that in the meeting rules. The delegates have to do that. So, and I'll try and real quick explain the difference. Plurality, I believe we're going to have 7 nominees. We'll see if that's the way it turns out to be for at large, and there's 5 to be elected, so you can vote for up to 5. If it's plurality, it's one ballot and it's over unless there's a tie. The 5 that get the most votes would be elected if it's plurality. Even if the 5th place person does not have a majority, they'd still be elected. Majority, only those who get a majority are elected. So let's say out of the 7, 4 people get a majority. They would be elected. The low vote getter would get dropped, and there would then be a second ballot between the remaining 2 where you would vote for 1 to determine who's the 5th person. So with majority, there can be more than 1 ballot taken before you've elected all the positions. But the people elected all end up getting a vote from a majority of the people present. Plurality, you're no longer you're not requiring a majority, and eliminate the possibility of a second ballot, except in the unusual case of a tie for the last spot. So what we want to see is a show of hands whether we should come forward with a basically it's a bylaws amendment. It's actually we're stipulating the choice provided for in the bylaws, and there's several places in the bylaws where that occurs, and this is one of them. So it would be in the essence of an amendment you would vote on next year if you want it, and if adopted, it would be effective immediately. We want to see a show of hands of how many of the delegates present would prefer to see a plurality vote for at-large and youth directors. Hold up your hand if you'd rather see plurality. Wow. Is there anybody here who'd rather see majority? Not too many. All right. Okay, I think you've given us direction, so we'll come forward with that next year for you.
Bobby, you want to talk about what you were going to talk about later? Would you like to jump ahead of schedule? You can't jump. Can you pull down there? Can he come? Bobby, you want me to bring it down? I don't know if he's supposed to be scared yet. He's up.
How many people in here likes eating at Ruby Tuesdays? Great. With the help of Connie, the Charity and Giving and Means Committee has come up with a fundraiser. I believe everybody got a certificate, coupon, if you want to call it that, in your packet. All the associations are getting one as well. On Tuesday, July the 14th, at all 25 Ruby Tuesdays in the state of Missouri, you can hand the flyers out to anybody, friends, neighbors, strangers, businesses. Urge them all to go to Ruby Tuesdays on July the 14th with the coupon, and 20% of their bill will be 20% of the bill will go to the BVL. There is some stipulations. It doesn't cover liquor, gift cards, things like that, discounts. But they will take 20% as long as you walk in with the coupon. You can walk in at lunch and do it. You can walk in at dinner and do it too. We're hoping that this will be a huge fundraiser for the BVL. We're pretty excited about it. And it'll be on Facebook and our website. You guys can print these off. You can print as many off as you want. Like I said, you can take them to businesses, hand them out. It can be advertised in your paper. It can be advertised from your TV station if you could get them to do it. I mean, there's all kinds of means that this could be done. And it would be a great honor next year at the convention to hopefully see Missouri #1 as the BVL contributor for 2016. Thank you.
Kaylin, the mic has been, I think, now works up here. The Teller Committee Chair, Lynn Engel.
I have the results for the first vice president. The number eligible to vote was 159. Number of votes cast, 155. Number of votes cast for Frank Barnhart, 83. Bob Fields, 72. And no illegal ballots.
Thank you. Want to say anything, Frank?
Thank you. I'll try and do my best.
Okay, Miss Sandy.
Yes. Next, we'll vote on the area directors. For Area 1, Joe Stevens from the Rockport USBC. And she's not here, right? The second one is Carla Claythermos from the Kansas City greater area. Dot McKenzie from number 5, from the Columbia USBC. From area number 7, Erica Adams from the St. Louis USBC. From area number 9, Tom Bromley from the Mineral Area USBC.
Okay, we'll start with Area 1. Area 1, Joe Stevens from Rockport, Missouri. Do I hear any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. Yes.
I move that we nominate or that we elect Joe Stevens as Area 1 Director.
This motion and a second to elect Joe Stevens by acclamation. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Moving right along. Membership Area Director number 3, Carla Claythermos from Kearney, Missouri. Do I hear any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. A motion and a second to elect Carla Claythermos by acclamation. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Membership Area Director number 5, Dot McKenzie from Columbia, Missouri. Do we have any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. Motion has been made and a second to elect Dot McKenzie by acclamation. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Membership Area Director number 7, Erica Adams from St. Louis. Do we have any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations are closed. We have a motion to elect Erica Adams for membership area number 7. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Membership Area Director number 9, Tom Bromley from Farmington, Missouri. Are there any nominations from the floor? Hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. We have a motion and a second to elect Tom Bromley for membership area number 9. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Tom has been elected by acclamation. Now we will Do any of those directors like to say something? Don said. Stand up, Erica. Do you want to say anything? That's short and sweet. Good job. Okay, now we're moving on to the at-large directors.
For at-large directors for the Missouri State USBC, we have Kathy Snodgrass from Missouri Capital Area USBC, David J. Scott from Springfield Greater Area USBC, Ken Chafin from the Greater Kansas City USBC, Eddie Gilbert from the Moberly USBC, and Carol Liker from the Lebanon USBC.
That was a list of nominees presented to the nominating committee. Do I hear any nominations from the floor? Can you come to the mic, please?
I would like to nominate Alan Allner from Columbia, Missouri.
You need to say who you are, please.
Richard Gross, Cape Girardeau delegate. I would like to nominate Alan Allner from Columbia, Missouri.
You don't need a second? You don't need a second?
A-H-N-E-R.
I don't have to have a second. No.
Rodney Phillips.
Alan, I'm sorry. Alan, can you stand up, please? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Rodney Phillips, St. Louis USBC. I'd like to nominate Ron Mitchell, St. Louis USBC.
Rodney. Okay, Are there any other nominations from the floor? All right. Seeing none, I declare the nominations closed. It has been asked that the candidates that were currently on the ballot before stand up. That would be Kathy Snodgrass, David Scott in the back, Ken Chaffin, Eddie Gilbert, and Carol Liker.
I have the results for the directors at large. The number eligible to vote is 159. And I will read the names and the number of votes that each one got. Kathy Snodgrass, 140. David Scott, 101. Ken Chafin, 96. Eddie Gilbert, 115. Carol Leaker, 101. Alan Ainer, 90. Ron Mitchell, 81.
Take the top 5. Were there 159 ballots
Yes.
cast?
Yes.
Yes, there were 159 ballots cast. I'm looking at your notes. So it would be the top 5. It would be Kathy Snodgrass, David Scott, Ken Chaffin, Eddie Gilbert, and Carol Leiker. Do any of you all want to say anything? We'll start, Kathy, and go. Want to say anything? David? Ken? Eddie? Carol? Oh, now that was very... Okay. Would Joyce say anything else, Miss Sandy? Oh, yeah, we got to do the youth. She's not done. Must be finished.
Still done.
Okay.
Okay. For the youth directors for the Missouri State USBC, we have Ron Mitchell from, well, how are we going to, I just need to read them right. Ron Mitchell from the St. Louis USBC, Tom Dawson from the St. Louis USBC, Barb Kennan from the Mineral Area USBC, and Patty Sullins from the Scenic Rivers USBC. We need one from St. Louis because we already have one.
So is a ballot illegal if it has 2 votes on it from St. Louis? All right. We will use ballot number 2. You will vote for no more than 3. If your ballot has 2 St. Louis names on it, which would be Ron Mitchell and Tom Dawson, you can only vote for one of those. If it has both names on it, it will become an illegal ballot. Oh, I didn't ask for nominations from the floor. Okay, let's ask, are there any nominations from the floor?
Richard Gross from Cape Girardeau USBC. I'd like to nominate Alan Allner.
Okay. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Bless you. All right, hearing none, I declare the nominations closed. There are now 5 names on the ballot. It is Ron Mitchell. Ron, you want to stand? Tom Dawson. Out of those 2 names, only one of those can be on your ballot. Barb Kennan from Farmington, Patty Sullins from Salem, and Alan Honor from Columbia. You will vote for no more than 3. It has been suggested that you and Connie do your national delegate reports. Okay?
All right, thank you. I didn't know I was green. I didn't know my favorite color was green, so I guess. In your packets, you have my report. This was my first time at the National Convention, so I was. And I'll only cover, I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, I want to cover a couple of things, but I'll let you know that standing there for the week and watching what some of those folks do out there inspires me for the things that I try to do here. And I got some great ideas out there. Time-wise, we only were able to accomplish a few this year. So as the years progress, there'll be more and more things that we'll be doing for you audio-visual-wise. Tonight should be very nice. I'm pretty proud of what we got coming up for you tonight, so that's pretty cool. On the back of my my report, there's a paragraph that kind of sums up what I saw out there, and I know I am going to talk about this one with you here. When we, as a bowler in the bowling centers, in our local associations, wherever, talk about USBC, it's always like it's so foreign. They're so far away. They're in Texas. They make decisions about us without thinking about what we really might want or need or not for our good, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The folks that I saw down there, we got some new leadership in the last couple of years, and take my word for it, if you trust me, we've got the right leadership in place down there now. Their predecessors probably did make some mistakes, and we all know some of those things that we don't like very much. But in order for them to do their jobs, we're going to have to get out of their way and let them do their jobs, and they're the right ones to do it right now is what I'm telling you. Chad's a fantastic leader. Jason Overstreet he was a TV announcer in a past job, and what a presenter he is up on stage to talk to people and just getting you engaged in the stuff. And I said it in here, but they are surrounded by a group of young folks that every time you looked at them, they're running around, they're energetic, they're smiling, they make you want to be there, and then you watch them behind the scenes, and you see the work that they do, and they're all very intelligent, and it's first class, especially their video department and the productions that they're doing right now. That is just some of the best work for an organization like that. So the next time you think about talking about USBC, don't let it be a foreign thing to you. You're USBC too, so am I. So I think you should be proud because you are part of the organization that they are leading right now. They are representing you. So they all, every single one of them down there, care just as much about this sport as every one of us in this room do. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure representing you at the National Convention. So. I couldn't find it in my email. I couldn't find it.
Over here. Stand right here beside him.
Okay.
Okay. For those of you, the only thing I have to talk about is our fame game and our award we won. And if you look over here on this table, as Keith Sanders said, we are getting quite a collection. And it's because of you all and all our tournament bowlers that are entering the fame game. So Dennis and I were very, very proud and honored to go up there and receive that award. It's on the far side. On your behalf, they called us up there and gave us that award. We had a picture, and we didn't get it on our screen today. So here we are, picture. It was just like this.
This is what it looked like.
But you were holding the award.
Yeah,
here we go. We were like this. We were good. We were good. But thank you all for really that Hall of Fame. The museum. We have to keep that going. Our history is so important, and I'm just proud of us every time they put us up there and say, first, over $2,500 donated, blah blah blah. Yay for Missouri! Yay! Even though they moved it, we're still supporting it, and I'm proud of you guys for that.
Okay, tell our committee, Lynn.
Madam President, I have the results for the youth directors, and I will read them as written on the ballot. Ron Mitchell, 53. Tom Dawson, 94. Barb Keenan, 112. Patty Sullins, 121. Alan Ainer, 70.
How many ballots? How many ballots were cast?
Oh, I'm sorry. We had 159 eligible to vote, and there was 155 cast.
Dawson, Kennan, and Sullivan. Okay, there were 3 that had Majority, it would be Tom Dawson, Barb Kinnon, and Patty Sullins. Do any of you ladies or gentlemen want to say anything? Tom, you said enough. Patty, Barb? Okay. Doesn't Frank have to run this part of the election if I'm a delegate? Frank just walked out the door. He's going to part of the election if I'm a delegate. Frank has to do it. I'm a delegate. I'm on the board. He just went out the door. Dennis, can you come in? Frank just walked out, and I'm a delegate. I'm on the. Come take over the podium. Well, he can run this, and I'll do the alternates. I'm like Frank.
Okay, delegates to the 2016 USBC annual meeting. We have the president and the state association manager.
All right, folks, we don't have a screen for this, so this is for delegates to our national convention. Recommended is from the nominated committee is Kim Wade, president, and the state association manager. Alternates would be the first vice president, which is now Frank Barnhart for next year, and myself. Are there any nominations from the floor? All right. So then, am I officially announcing? We've already announced it. I didn't hear that. Okay. So then I cannot say just the association manager. I have to say Sean's name. So, right. Okay. Sean Flannery will be our state association manager. So it will be Kim Wade and Sean Flannery, and the first vice president as an alternate is Frank Barnhart, and myself as an alternate. Are there any nominations from the floor? I see no nominations from the floor. Nominations are closed. Can we elect by acclamation the four names that were mentioned? We have a motion and a second. All right. We are going to make this easy. We're withdrawing the alternate names because we've been informed that basically we can't elect the two delegates and two alternates at the same time. So what we are going to do is only elect our delegates. Nominated for delegate positions are Kim Wade and Sean Flannery. Are there any nominations from the floor? Seeing no nominations from the floor, the nominations are closed.
I move that we elect Kim Wade and Sean Flannery as our delegates by acclamation.
We have a motion and a second to elect Kim Wade and Sean Flannery as our delegates by acclamation. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Podium is yours.
They can just be assigned. Got that, man? Sandy says, I am leaving. Thank you, nominating committee. Whew. Okay, now we need to vote on site selection for the youth tournament for 2017. No, we will not elect alternates. If one of the two elected cannot, as president, I can appoint a delegate. Okay, we're voting on the 2017 Youth Championship. It has been reported that ballot 3 was written on for when we thought we were going to elect delegates, so we are going to make ballot 3 void. It will be invalid. We will use ballot number 4. The bids for the 2017 Youth Championship were in your folder. It is a salmon colored piece of paper. Do I need to read all these? They're on the screen also. The centers, okay. Do we vote on the association or the center then? So we need to vote on the
The
centers.
ones with the asterisks are the youth committee's recommendation.
Okay, the asterisk is the recommendation of the youth committee. You vote on the center. Ballot number, yes.
Yeah, but the centers are listed on your sheet. Pardon?
Yes. It's in your totes.
It's in your totes.
So it will be ballot number 4.
Imperial for the championship, St. Charles for the Pepsi. They
Welcome.
both bid. We chose not to put them forward because you don't want to go back to the same location 2 years in a row. We dropped those bids. We do make a recommendation based on our impressions. You can vote other than that if you choose. The reason we did Aaron's The reason we did Aaron's was strictly it was the best value of anything presented. Many people are taking multiple kids to the tournament, and the youth tournament isn't always $20 like the Open is. It fluctuates depending on what our lineage is. We keep it as reasonable as we can. But you can vote for any of the ones on here if you choose. That was just the youth committee's suggestion. Yes, sir.
Question, why can't we keep it all one price, and when there's a decrease in lightage, we give more scholarships each year, and we're left with another lightage?
We don't give scholarships. No. The youth scholarship is an optional $5 side pot. Yeah. We had that issue one time. We accidentally had a really low bid, and we kept it really high. And at that point, the youth committee, and Frank Barnhart was chairman at that time, we agreed to add scholarships only for that one because we had several $1,000s that we didn't really need for an expense. So right now, and what the center's bid is what they want to get. You know, we can't say if you want to bid, it's got to be $5. Okay.
Brad Powers, St. Joseph. On the ballot up there, it says Greater Kansas City. Are we voting on Greater Kansas City only if we were to choose, or we choose one of the bowling centers?
You have to vote on a center. The one we're
Okay.
suggesting is Aaron's because of the value.
All right, thank you.
Pardon? Okay, yes.
On Scenic Rivers, it would be Salem Bowling Center and Coach Light Lanes together.
Smaller houses.
Smaller centers.
Team double singles like the adults.
Okay, you're going to vote on the center, ballot number 4. You vote on the center. Lynn, do you have the report of the teller committee?
Okay, I have the results of the youth championship. The number eligible to vote was 159. The number of votes cast was 154. We had 8 illegal ballots. And in order, I'll read the numbers. Aaron's Family Fun Centers, 80. AMF Pro Bowl, 3. AMF Strike and Spare, 0. Sterling Lanes, 0. AMF Town and Country, 27. 4th Street Bowl in Joplin, 11. Scenic Rivers, 25, for a total of 146.
Aaron's. Okay, thank you, Lynn. It has been suggested that on the next ballot for the Pepsi Championship, we do a standing vote. That was easy. Okay. Just go down in order. Take off Greater Kansas City at the bottom. The recommendation from the youth committee was Columbia USBC MF Town and Country, 32 lanes, $8.25 lineage. Stand if this is your choice, if you are a registered delegate to vote. And I am standing to vote. This is for AMF Columbia Town and Country, 32 lanes, $8.25 per county.
The total standing is 83.
Yes, 83. Everybody does have to have an opportunity to vote. According to DN. Is that true? That's the majority. You have to continue. I just asked. All right. The next one is Fulton USBC. Fulton Bowling Center, 16 lanes, $6. And Fulton?
The total standing is 28.
28. Okay. The next one would be Scenic Rivers, Salem Bowling Center, 18 lanes, $7.50 lineage. Please stand for that one.
The total standing is 18.
All right, so the majority would be Columbia, Missouri for AMF Town and Country. All right, we're done with the voting. Amen. All right. We are to other business. Yes. Dennis, I need Dennis. We need Dennis to step forward. We're going to need him.
I would like to thank the committee for all of the hard work they did. And I would like to read their names if I can find my sheet of paper here.
We're getting close. Yep.
I have Joe McDonald, Jimi Hendrix, Sharon Gray, Sue Huss, and David Briscoe. They did a great job. Thank you, Madam President, for letting us serve. Thank you.
Thank you for serving. We have a motion to destroy the ballots and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, we have a couple of presentations we need to do here. as you know, people serve on the board just like all of you guys do out there. You serve on the state board as a volunteer. Hopefully you are fulfilled by what they get to do while you're here. However, it's always nice when you get to say thanks. Howard Rice, who has served on the board, is retiring from our board this year. I'd like to ask him to come up for a certificate of appreciation. Howard is from Columbia, Missouri. Howard, can you come up to the podium? I don't have any lipstick left. Says Missouri State USBC Association Certificate of Appreciation presented to Howard Rice for your dedication and commitment to the sport of bowling and the bowlers of Missouri. With grateful thanks for an outstanding service to the Missouri State USBC, given this 30th day of May, signed by myself and Connie. Thanks, Howard.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Say something? You want to say something?
Just thanks, everybody.
I didn't make you pray, Howard. Easy. Oh, that's dangerous. All right. Also at this time, I'd like another special presentation. Dennis Hacker, Second Vice President, will be here to make this.
Thank you, Kim. One of the more humorous things I heard when I was in Omaha this year at the convention is that people and bowlers out there actually believe that the members of the USBC National Board of Directors make $100,000 a year for their service. Hopefully everybody here knows that they are just volunteers like you and I and serve the sport with the same love and dedication that we all do. The people up here in front of this room are no different. However, a few of us realized earlier this year that folks on the Missouri State Board serve without the benefit of recognition a lot of times. They're specifically ineligible for the awards we give every year for volunteering and for service, even though they might go above and beyond at the local level as well as at the state level. We sought to rectify that this year with a new special award, but we wanted to make it truly meaningful by naming the award in perpetuity for someone that they might aspire to be. Currently, we have 6 scholarships named for 5 people who have served our great state above and beyond. We could have chosen one of those, but we already had scholarships named for them. We were at a loss, but then we realized that we had overlooked a true treasure in our state's history. Flora Mitchell is from Springfield, Missouri. She began her career in bowling service as the Springfield Women's Bowling Association secretary in 1960. She became a director on the Missouri State Women's Bowling Association board in 1961 and the Missouri State WBA president in 1966. She rose to a position on the National WIBC Board of Directors in 1971 and served as the executive secretary-treasurer of WIBC from 1975 to 1991. She was inducted into the National WIBC, now USBC, Hall of Fame for meritorious service in 1995. Delegates and guests, please help me welcome our presenter for the first Flora Mitchell, Missouri State USBC Director of the Year Award, Ms. Flora Mitchell.
Well, to say the least, I'm very honored to have this award named after me. It means a lot to me to know that that they consider me a good, what do I want to say, representative for this. I served as a director on the national board, as you just heard, and I know that directors work very, very hard. They're very diligent. So at this time, I would like to read the name of the individual who is being presented the Flora Mitchell, Missouri State USBC Director of the Year, presented to Bob Fields. It's an honor to have you named for this award.
It's an honor for you.
Say somebody?
No, this is truly shocking. I had no wind of this at all. I'd like to thank my fellow directors, whoever thought of this. I'm truly honored. I'm very proud to be a Missouri State Director. It's quite an honor, I think, to serve on this board. And I just thank you.
Well, I'm at the end of my notebook, but we cannot end this meeting without one final farewell. So there's nothing, like I said, it's over. Right? There's nothing written in my book. At this time, I would like for, are you ready, Dennis? Okay. We have a little slideshow presentation. Nobody has to speak. Nobody has to do anything. We're going to watch the slideshow presentation, and then that's our tribute to Connie.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Oh, wait, we have one more thing. There's somebody coming up from your left.
Where did all those pictures come from?
When were you taller than Spencer?
Yeah, when was I? Well, really? Oh.
This is from your 3 presidents that you worked for.
In purple.
Yeah. It's because we love you.
Oh, thanks. Gosh, gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thanks.
I promised her we would have no tears. Whew. So much for waterproof mascara. If there is no other business brought before us, we will adjourn. Oh,
Tell them about the workshops.
oh, the workshops, we can do that after we adjourn. The workshops have been cut back. We're still going to hold all three. They will be about 30 minutes apart. So it'll be 2, 2:30, and 3 o'clock. It's 10 till 2 right now. So as soon as we do the drawings, it'll be 2, 2:30, and 3, maybe very 10 minutes. Now we can adjourn. Hearing no other business, we will adjourn. Thank you for your patience with the new everybody voting.